This is Sandy McManus with needsaribbon.com. How are you today? Here I am. It is December 5th. We are 20 days out from Christmas. Hard to believe. I don't know the item number. Okay. And if you are just joining me, hey Janelle, I actually have a charged iPad, so let me find comments or a way to follow them. And hopefully I am the correct orientation today. I've been working on that, so hopefully I am. And I thank everyone, Janelle and whoever else will join me for joining me. Let's see. Not it. Here we go. Yay! I can actually see comments now, so that is awesome. Anyway, today Monday, I shared some easy, medium, and hard, we'll call them, or simple, casual, and avid crafter Christmas cards, and I just want to review. This is what we did. Really simple note card, simple stamping. But it's beautiful, really. The trees look frosted. We stamped off on that. So it wasn't such an intense blue, and it gives them kind of a frosted look. And then here's kind of the casual crafter, where you add in maybe some more paper, some more ink, a little bit of embellishments, in this case punches, and you can still make a beautiful card. You don't have to own everything to craft beautifully. And then here's your avid crafter with this stunning card where you're adding in the big shot now. We're doing some techniques and a whole bunch of other stuff is going on. So I want to take that and try that again today. And the funny thing is, okay, so while I talk, I'll just leave these out for a better visual for you. I had planned on using the Christmas Traditions punch box today to kind of do the same thing. And lo and behold, this was not planned, but it did go on our closeout special today. And it is something that we do have excess inventory of. Now, what that means is that the punch box, which is here and beautiful, and it comes with the punch, a 6-piece stamp set, a clear block, which with the fingernails I can't get out, and 2 inks in Call Me Clover and Real Red, 2 little ink spots, which I'm right side up. Yes, score 2 for Sandy. That's 2 for 2 now. We'll see if I can keep this up. So it comes with Real Red and Call Me Clover, and don't forget, with the little ink spots, they can be re-inked with our ink refills. They can keep going forever, just like our full-sized ink pads, and they store easy. So this is a great value. For $45, you get a punch, which they're normally just under $20. You get a 6-piece stamp set, you get some ink, and you get a block, and this beautiful tin. Normally $45. Guess what? Today it is 40% off. So it is now $27. And here's the shape of the punch too. If nobody noticed, they actually did include that on the thing. I think a lot of people didn't notice. So it actually, again, this was not planned on my part, but I am very glad. So today, sorry, Matza, I just sent paperwork flying. So yeah, here is the item. It is 40% off. Was $45. It's now $27. That's while supplies last. And when they end, when it's gone, it's gone. Now, what that means for the stamp set and the punch, I do not know. I know the whole set is retiring. I do not know going forward if the punch and the stamp set will be available. Really, no idea. We won't know. It could be for months. We really don't know. So, full clarification there. So yes, today started our year-end closeout. Many items in the holiday catalog and a few in the annual catalog, which kind of surprised me when I looked at that. I did not see them on the excess inventory list. I think they're just trying to give them a little love, but our red rhinestone jewels are 10% off. This is so tiny, and I'm looking at it from several feet away. Wow, that is really hard to read. Old eyes. Share What You Love embellishment kit and the rich raspberry 1/4-inch velvet ribbon. Those are that's on sale for 50% off. So $4 for a generous roll of velvet ribbon. That's a really good deal. So anyway, yes, a bunch of items. There are a few items that we'll be carrying forward from this lovely holiday catalog. But in any case, today I want to share some love with the Christmas Traditions punch box. And let's make 3 versions of cards. I do not have samples ahead of time. I did that intentionally today. So that was not a mistake, but an intentional words. So let me pull this aside and you can see my my Stays on Stain table for a moment. And we'll pull this in. Looks like I'm pretty much on camera. Okay, so we're going to use the punch box, and we're going to start with the simple thing again, putting some of my goodies aside. And we're going to start with the note cards. And the reason I start with the note cards is they make life so easy for card making, because they come with the note cards, they're cut, they're pre-scored, and envelopes. You have to buy one item. That is it. And there's 20 in here. And I don't remember the price. Somewhere like $5, $6, $7 for 20 cards. Really great value. They are mailable, even though they're a little bit smaller. They are still mailable. It's not a fly by the seat of my pants, Janelle. I intentionally didn't make the stuff up ahead today. So this goes here. So I want to give, again, getting off course here. Got stuff flying. So I'm not going to use the punch. In my mind, simple stamping means SIP, stamps, inks, paper. So here's our paper. Let me get out the Real Red, which I have not used from here because I normally use the full color. Actually, I want to use Call Me Clover for this. And I'm actually going to use one of my own blocks. I'm not going to use that one just because with my nails, I think it's going to be easier for me to have a slightly taller block, but there's nothing wrong with the block that comes in there. And again, I've never used these, so I have to open them up. Little surgery here. So just remember, simple stamping, stamps, inks, and papers. You really don't need any more than that. So here's my ink. Here's my stamp. And I think we'll do Sending Christmas Wishes. I wish I had a good picture because they're not going to show up well on camera what the choices are in this, but actually I want a smaller block. That block seems gargantuan. And that's when I'm likely to rock it and do something crazy. So we have our stamp set, our photopolymer stamp set set up. We're going to ink it up with our tiny little ink spot, which works just as well as a normal full-size ink pad. Just may have to. And I'm going to test it first because I have not used this particular stamp out of there. That looks good. I didn't want to ruin a whole project by free stamping. Okay, so we inked that up. And I think using the rule of thirds or the rule of nines, I think we're going to put this down here. The visual rule of odds, actually. Probably a better way to say it. And I'm going to stamp on my envelope. 2 also, because that is something that I normally forget to do, and it really does add a little personal touch. Okay, that's probably good. So there we have our very simple Christmas card. It's beautiful. I'd be thrilled to receive something like that. Someone took the time to make something homemade for me. So we'll set that aside to dry. Oops. And yes, I always worry when I shift stuff around that I'm going to like shift off camera. So for the next one, I think the next level, the kind of casual crafter, what are they likely to have? They're likely to have some different colors of cardstock. Maybe they have some punches, not just the punch that came in the kit. And maybe they have some different ribbons. And they're going to make a Christmas card. So to me, that level, a little more cutting, a little more color, you know, adding in, we're just kind of building our supplies here. And I will get my bone folder, and they may have a bone folder, so you don't even need that with the note cards, but you know, maybe they have a bone folder, maybe they don't. You don't need one, but it does make for a nice crease, so I'll crease that in half because that's going to be my card base. And put that bone folder aside, and then so we're going to layer a sheet of white on there, and I did not, normally I would have lined this with white. I did not, just because this is a sample, but if you're making it, I highly recommend that. So this was my thought, is to kind of build a traditional red and green Christmas card. And I forgot to grab scrap paper. Okay, that's okay. I was going to use real red on this. So now I have to open up this little ink spot. I used to have a real addiction to these little ink spots. I thought they were the cutest little thing. And gosh, when I used to go off and craft elsewhere a lot, they were so handy to have. Now I'm a little more stationary where I craft, but Rory, I need muscle. Let's see if I can get it. I'm having a little trouble opening something. Wow, that is lame. Ugh, I got it. I'm so proud of myself. Okay, I need to clean the ink, the green ink off of here, and I'm using my chamois. In fact, I'm not going to use this. Oops, sorry about the loud clank. I'm not going to use this stamp for this one. Let's give another one of these some love. How about Holly Jolly Christmas? Yeah, that is so crooked. Let's get these on the wrong way. That was why there was a pause. Holly Jolly. Holly Jolly So I'm going to mount that, and I'm going to use red, the real red. We're going to ink that up, and I'm going to stamp it first just to make sure, because again, that's not one that I've used. Yep, that looks good. Oh, there we go. Make Sandy's life a little bit easier there. Okay, so we're going to ink this up, and we're going to cover our ink right away because I have a tendency to drag my fingers through them. Yep. And we're going to stamp this on a piece of scratch white. let it dry a sec. And I'm going to punch it out with the punch that comes in the box. And now I'm thinking maybe I intended to use green, but that's okay. It's all good. So, no, I didn't. Okay, so here we go. Even that would be a cute card. The Holly Jolly gets kind of lost, but we're going to add in some punches. We're going to add in a 1.5 inch circle punch to kind of give a frame around that Holly Jolly. And because I use the green there, it kind of blends in. And then we're going to use the 1 3/4 circle punch and set these aside. And oh, and that was the other thing with the simple cards, you don't even need adhesive. Think about that. Think about the cost savings there, especially if you're a heavy adhesive user. So here was one thought, and let's get some, well, my other thought was, and I debate on whether this is a kind of casual crafter thing or not, if they would have a big shot yet or not. If they did, I might emboss the white one with this wreath folder. But we'll assume that they don't. They have some tools, they're building their inventory, if you will. And let's get some glue going here. Actually, let's get some adhesive. We'll use some snail. Wow. Where did that come from? And as you can see, I'm a heavy taper, which is why tape costs me a lot. We'll get that layered on there. Smush that down. And now we'll, I don't know how that red got on there. Now let's get our clover stripped down, and that is, call it 15/16 of an inch, something like that. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Whoops. Yep, I wanted to put this behind it. Okay. Somewhere in that vicinity. There's no exact science, but offsetting stuff tends to be more visually enticing, shall we say, than centering. When you center stuff, which is beautiful, but your eye tends to split and it goes left, right, left, right. Whereas if you give it a more directional focal point, just a little education there while I get some tape on here. Let's have a little bit of repositioning power with the... Okay, so now let's, which is a cute, simple card. And let's add in, actually, I kind of like this for the fun effect. This is the Call Me Clover leaf ribbon, and it is actual ribbon. It's not paper. I thought it was paper when I saw it in the catalog, but it just seems kind of fun to kind of go with the fun card. So let's cut a little bit off. Don't know if it quite goes with the card, but you can stretch it and say it's seasonal. Actually, I'm gonna pretend I don't have glue dots, even though I do, because maybe not everyone does. So how else can you attach it? You can certainly hide it behind a little bit of snail. I don't necessarily like that positioning. I don't know. I don't know if I love that ribbon on there, but it certainly is fun. Me having a big shot, I want to emboss this naturally. But so we've stepped it up a bit. We've added in some more tools. Okay, for our final one, I cannot reach it. Give me a sec while I get this set up. Get some stuff out of my way. And excuse my reach. Pardon my reach. Thank goodness I have fairly long arms. Okay, so for the avid crafter who has a lot of tools, we'll say. So they're going to have probably some designer series paper, you know, probably a variety of punches, paper, cutting, don't mind a lot of cutting, etc., etc. I am going to use the Under the Mistletoe, which is in the annual catalog, which has an Early Espresso, Night of Navy, Old Olive, Real Red, Shaded Spruce, and Whisper White. I had been sticking with the colors in the tin, but I didn't have any paper that matched those colors, so I had to go in a different direction. So I'm going to start with a white card base. I'm going to add in a shaded spruce layer. I am going to emboss. I've got to move my tin. I'm going to emboss a real red layer. In our cable knit die, which is a dynamic one, so it's extra thick, so we have to make our sandwich a little differently. That works. Bring in the big shot and not knock over the rest of my table. I only need one cutting plate for this. And just remember, when you run your folders through, to always put the fold as it's going through first, because otherwise your folders can curl, and I did this early on when I had a big shot and broke one of my favorite folders. So always make sure the fold goes through first. And it's shifted. Oh well. I'm not going to redo it for this, but that is too bad. It happens. But for the purpose of this, it will be good. So now we've added in the big shot. And I want to start, and we're going to add in some designer series paper in the Under the Mistletoe. So let's start taping some layers together. We'll add our shaded spruce layer. Now we'll add some adhesive to the back of our cable knit embossed real red piece. And with these high definition, if you will, folders, they do because the impression is so deep, it does take a little bit extra paper, and it does sometimes twist too. So we'll add that. It's coming along. Now we'll tape down our Under the Mistletoe piece. I had, okay. Oh yeah. Oh, phooey, I didn't want to tape that down yet. Well, let's see if, yep. Ooh, that was right. So I wanted to add this is called Striped Burlap Trim. It's on, I think, page 13 of the holiday catalog. I wanted to add this as kind of a bridge between those two. Whew, glad I caught that. So I'm going to tape this down this way. Wow, that's even shifting. Yeah, see, these highfalutin folders are beautiful, but stuff can sometimes shift on them, I've noticed. I may end up having to put some, instead of snail, glue. Yep, I'm just going to go for the glue. It's not wanting to sink into the crevices of that deep folder. And it just makes me nervous that it's just going to pop off at will, because it already has. So sometimes snail is enough, sometimes it isn't. Now that should be on there pretty good. And let's get our jute on there. See, it's shifting again. Darn it. Okay. And everything is wanting to spring. I am going to go ahead and put a little glue on here just because I don't trust that things are going to stay together today. And once it's down, it should be good. Okay, so there's that. Now I want, okay, so let's say you're a crafter that has a lot of tools, punches. Triple banner punch. I noticed I haven't stamped a thing yet either. So we're going to add in that in the early espresso. And I'm going to put that on, bringing in some other adhesive, dimensionals. 3 should be enough. So we'll get, I need to figure out how to get my fingernails off. They are driving me crazy. So we'll get this on here. And now we need to stamp our greeting, our Christmas Traditions stamp set greeting. Let's clean up this. I think we'll use one of the other ones. Since we've used 2, let's go for the trifecta today. And go for Merry and Bright. Looks kind of like a Merry and Bright card. And I'm going to have to do that in real red because the kit did not come with the shaded spruce. And yes, I know it's on there crooked, but we're punching it out, so it doesn't matter. We're going to punch that out with the punch in the box. And then I thought, okay, so let's say I have a whole bunch of supplies. I want to add in with dimensionals. Dimensionals are right here. I'm going to add in some gold thread behind there. I'm going to put a tassel, however the correct way to say it. And so if you're just joining me, I'm making Christmas cards 3 different ways: easy, casual, and we'll call them avid crafter level. And how I do it, I wrap it around my fingers. Oh, that's like way too long. I think 3 fingers width, because that image isn't very big. And now I have a whole bunch because I shortened it. That's okay. We'll make it work. So I like to put a whole bunch of dimensionals down first. And everybody has their way that works for them on this adding tasseled, messed up, unmessy ribbon. Okay. And fingernails. And I just I don't like it to be perfectly looped. I like mine a little bit messy. So I'll come back in here and usually tack down my ends. And it isn't going to be perfect. You don't want it perfect. You could even pull, let's say pull one back out. And let's tack that down. So there we have our Christmas Traditions punch box 3 different ways. And here, remember, it comes with the spots. It comes with, not that punch, this punch comes with 6 stamps and a block in this adorable tin. It is on sale now until it is gone for 40% off. So at $27 you get a darling tin, you get a block, you get 2 ink pads, 6 stamps, and a punch. That's a really good deal, people. Everybody should be buying that. If I didn't already have it, I would be buying it, but I already have it and I don't need. So let's bring in our 3 ways. We have the simple one, which is beautiful. It's just simple. We have our casual. I have a few supplies, a few colors of cardstock on hand. And then here is our I own it all card. And I don't mind taking time. Anyway, that's what I have today. Just a reminder that the year-end sale did start today. A lot of items are until they're gone. If they're on the retiring list, they're until they're gone. Some of them have deeply discounted prices. Some maybe only 10% off. It just varies. You have to check out the list. So I thank you very much for joining me today. And until next Monday, that would be the 10th, December 10th. I will see you then. Thanks. Bye.